Comparing American propaganda to the youth to Nazi Germany. Interesting. So, the Pledge of Allegiance. For those of you who are subscribers of mine who are not familiar with that, something we kids do, or we do in grade school, where we commit ourselves to this country through poem. And Evan, who this is a video response to, discusses how it's interesting that we do this, yet we're like this land of the free and all of this stuff. But here's my spin on the Pledge of Allegiance. I don't feel it should be as strongly enforced. I feel that as kids we should do it, just so we could be like, patriotism, yay! You know, your kids committing your allegiance to America, being Americans. America! Yeah! And, you know, showing that you love your country, and it gets kids to, you know, maybe get more engaged in the history, you know, finding more about their country that they are pledging allegiance to. As you get older and start to develop your own person, your own personality and such, I feel it should be less enforced and more by choice to committing the pledge, to doing the pledge in the morning. Say you're an exchange student, especially if you want to pledge allegiance to your country because that's your home. I don't feel you should have to pledge allegiance to America. You know, like, I don't know if there's a Canadian Pledge of Allegiance, but if you're from Canada and you move to America, you still want to pledge to Canada, you should be able to do that. They shouldn't be like, America, French fries, and potato chips, and potatoes, and yeah. I think that it becomes more of a socialist idea to teenagers, because, you know, as kids, you're like, we're just pledging to a country, but as teenagers, you're like, why do I have to do this thing that I've been doing since I was a kid? That doesn't make sense. It's all socialist and blah 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 blah. I feel that looking back on it, seeing as how I haven't done it for a year or so now, because I used to do it back in school because it was just the thing. It was like brushing my teeth or, you know, eating toast with cereal. I think it's interesting that I did do it. The fact that I was just like, pledge allegiance to the flag, and that's America, the Republic would stand, the nation, God, invisible, blah. I think it's interesting that I had done that for so long, hadn't questioned it. Or I feel it's like prayer in school. You know, prayer in school was something that we did so long ago, or that I wasn't even around when it was there, but I know that there's prayer in school. And I feel that as we progress as a country, the pledge will most likely deteriorate as our generation gets older, or at least my generation gets older, and becomes the, you know, constructors of society, that the pledge will start to become a less apparent thing in schools. That's just my opinion, because we as a society are less patriotic. You know, I feel we are. And you still have people, you know, out there in Alabama who are like, I love America. Go America. Go America. Yeah. Let's go have some beers. But I feel that as a whole, we as a country aren't as patriotic as we used to be. This will result in the pledge declining as a necessity in the school day. So essentially, I agree with you, Evan, to an extent, but I think that it should be done as kids, and it shouldn't be done as we get older. That's essentially the point we're trying to make in this video. Once we discover who we are, or if we aren't from this country, moving to this country, we shouldn't be like, I'm for America, immediately. But if you feel you want to do it, like if you're from Czechoslovakia, and you move to America, and you develop wanting to pledge to America, do it. What does it hurt? If you want to do it, do it. But yeah, that is my response to your video, Evan. I have been ViralRak. You guys have good days, lives, and situations. I'll see you another day. Just love everybody. Yes. I can't get my thoughts clear.